What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Mello with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be going over two Silverado ZR2 builds and the differences in pricing between them. One, of course, being a base ZR2, and one being a fully optioned loaded out one. If you're new to the channel, maybe just coming back for more, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I upload fresh General Motors related news and content every single week, so if that's something that you're going to be into, be sure to tune in, and let's get into it. All right, so when it comes to the ZR2, there's been quite a bit of discussion when it comes to its price. In fact, a few weeks ago, I actually dropped this video here where we went over the first bit of pricing information that leaked out in regards to the ZR2, and that price was $66,795. And for pricing information that was leaked, it was pretty close, because now that I can actually build these things at the dealership, I can see the full build sheets along with all the pricing information that comes along with it. So the first truck that I built out, and I'll show you the build sheets on the screen now, is a base Silverado ZR2. And the word base is kind of funny, but the only thing I added to this build is the Glacier Blue paint, which is a $395 option. So this is the least expensive ZR2 build in that color that you can get, and it comes with an MSRP after destination and freight charges of $67,115. Now, I'm going to try and leave a link to both of these build sheets in the description below in case you want to download them in order to get a better look or print them out. But let's take a look at the next ZR2 build, because that's the one where I checked off all the available options. So this one will give us a better idea of what the base model is missing and whether or not it's anything that you're going to care about when it comes time for you to consider one of these trucks. So for the loaded Silverado, once again, we do have the Glacier Blue paint at $395. We've also added the power sunroof at $995, the technology package at $1,970, the multi-flex tailgate, $445, the rocker guards instead of side steps at $1,150, the underseat storage kit at $285, and last but not least, the wheel lock kit at $85. So this build actually brought the MSRP after destination freight once again, so you get a full idea of the price, to $73,340. Now, one thing I'd like to break down for you guys is the technology package, because I think everything else is pretty straightforward and self-explanatory, but you should know what the tech package actually includes in order to know if it's even something that you care about or not. So when it comes to the tech package, you get the rear camera mirror, and we're talking like, you know, your rear view mirror inside the cab that you can flip. You can flip the mirror and it turns into a camera. I'm pretty sure I have a video of that somewhere. If I find one, I'll leave a link to that here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You also get the 15-inch heads-up display. You get the adaptive cruise control. And finally, you get a power tilt and telescopic steering column. Now, you'll have to decide for yourself whether or not that's worth the extra $1,970 to or not if you're considering the ZR2, because that equates to roughly about like $40 a month in payment. Now, for me, I think I would go with just the base build, and here's why. First off, the base Silverado ZR2 is pretty much a loaded truck. You've got that beautiful new interior with a 13.4-inch touch display alongside the 12.3-inch digital cluster. You've got 10-way leather power seats that are also heated and ventilated, along with a heated steering wheel and heated back seats. You, of course, have keyless entry. You've got remote start, which can also be utilized via the My Chevy app. You've got the factory spray and bed liner. You've the LED bed lighting. You've got the HD surround vision camera system. You've got the new bed view camera. You've got the Bose audio system, wireless charging, navigation. I mean, the list goes on and on. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description below so that you guys can take a look at both build sheets, compare them side by side for yourself. For me, I don't really care about a sunroof. If I ended up with this truck, it would probably end up with a rack system, so a sunroof would essentially be pointless to me. After all, this is an off-road focused truck, so I don't really care about the sunroof. I also don't really care about the multi-flex tailgate option. It's just something I personally wouldn't really use, and the base truck does. The base truck, I really hate using but that's what it is. The base ZR2 does come with an easy lift and lower tailgate, which is completely fine for me. I never keep factory wheels on any of my vehicles for very long, so the wheel lock kit, that can be left out since I'd end up swapping that out anyways. And the rocker guards, I actually do like. I know that the rocker guards on the Colorado ZR2 are awesome, but I'd also sort of like to see what the aftermarket options are, before I make a decision on those. So once again, that's just me. The only thing in the tech package that I really is kind of a buzzkill not having, that really kind of is the heads-up display. But honestly, if I'm honest with myself, it's not something that I need, especially when I consider the fact that I have a 13.4-inch full color touch display as well as a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. I mean, how many screens do we really need to be looking at? So if you're like me and you've been thinking about the ZR2 as your next truck, hopefully this video gives you a little more insight as to where you're going to be on pricing when it does come time to pull the trigger. I'm still super excited about this truck, and I think in its base configuration, it's a hell of a deal considering everything that comes along with it. I mean, in reality, it's pretty much a loaded out truck without a power moonroof and a heads-up display. The other stuff is kind of just meh. But you guys tell me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're thinking about a ZR2, let me know if this helps you in any way. Once again, I will leave a link to the build sheets so you guys can take a look. They give you all the information that you could possibly want to know about this thing and the builds. I'll also leave a link to the codes for all the builds. So when you're looking at information at the dealership and you want to know what all like the build codes are, I'll give you a link to that as well. Hopefully, like I said, that helps some of you out. As always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If this video helps you in any way, if you could just do me a favor and smash that like button, helps more people find the channel, helps me out in a big way. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your GM OEM parts needs, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks again, and take care.